What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Dual Sense podcast. This is episode 47. Nice work, 47. I'm one of your co-hosts, Jason. I'm joined, as always, by Travis. Travis, what's going on?
Not much. I got two quick bangers for you.
Okay.
First one, what do you think I saw on the road in my family neighborhood while I was running today?
You saw a purple double-sided dildo.
Actually, it's close. I saw a used condom in the middle of the sidewalk, so I guess somebody fucked in the middle of the sidewalk last night. Ripped the bitch off and walked off.
Hey, they got better stuff to do. Once you're done, you're done. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I guess. And my second question is, they opened up the Gran Turismo Olympic time trial yesterday.
Uh-huh.
When I put in a time later, does that make me an Olympic trial athlete? Have I now been to an Olympic trials?
It definitely means that you have attempted to qualify for the Olympics. I'll give you that.
Yeah? Yeah, and you haven't done that, have you? So
No, I haven't. But
why
I'll
don't
tell
you
you what
suck on that?
I'll tell you what I have done. I have contracted whatever illness that you have. You've given it to me too.
Oh, so you're pregnant.
Yes. Have you seen the movie with Michael Keaton? No, not Michael.
Nick.
Not Michael. That's Mr. Mom. I'm thinking of the Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah, DeVito.
Yeah, with DeVito, or whichever one he becomes pregnant in.
Is that
It's
Mr. Mom?
not a tumor.
It's not even the right movie. That's Kindergarten Cop.
I don't know, man. They all run together. So
Shoot.
Michael Keaton was in a movie called Mr. Mom, where he's the stay-at-home dad, cooking, cleaning, all that stuff. Decent
Yeah.
movie. But
Does he dress up like a woman so he can see his kids again? He's a maid.
he wears an apron and everything. But Schwarzenegger, I don't remember, what movie is it that he's pregnant? Is it Twins with DeVito?
Oh, maybe it is Twins.
I don't remember that. They all run together. Anyway, yeah. I don't know if it's allergies or what, but I'm getting there. I'm getting something. As you said before we started recording, you shouldn't have kissed me. So anyway, Travis, we are a weekly podcast where you and I get together and discuss all of the news and rumors, new game releases, and a little bit more in the world of PlayStation. We post new episodes every Monday on all of the usual podcast services from around the world, and we also put our new episodes on YouTube as well, where you can find us at the DualSense Podcast. And we also post game streams and clips there occasionally. Maybe you'll stream your Olympic trial. It's probably too much pressure for you. I don't know, but
I'm not gonna win anyway. I gotta be top 2 in North America. Like the fucking president could watch. It's not gonna make me any better.
you never know, man. You never know. You get all jacked up on that Dimetap or Robitussin, and you might just, who knows?
Wide awake.
You might be, yeah. Like, what's that? Not Paul Wall. Who is that? Who is that white rapper? Do you remember? He died.
Lil
I think
Peep?
I think his name is Lil White. WYTE. Do you remember him?
He's dead?
I think Lil White's dead.
Oh,
Yeah. Do you
shout out
remember
to
him?
Lil White. Yeah, he had the song about Oxycontin Laura Tap.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that dude loved drugs.
Yeah.
Anyway, Travis, people can also find us on the Twitter if they would like to engage with us, chat with us. We're pretty active on there. Our handle is at the DualSense Pod. And without further ado, would you please talk to me about what you have been playing?
Well, we did. I literally played FIFA from like 8 o'clock to midnight one night this week. I don't. That's kind of sad when you say it out loud. I won the Scottish double league and the Scottish Cup, and I won the Champions League. So I brought home the treble again. I have no idea what year I'm in. I don't even know. I don't know at this point. I'm just destroying people in the Scottish League. Let's which one should we go into? I guess let's talk about Wreckfest first.
Okay.
We both downloaded it and we've been racing. Aside from the completely fucked up lobby system, because we can't just have a dedicated server with lobbies.
Sure.
And it's really frustrating how we can't get into games sometimes, like last night. Once you're in the game, it is pretty fun. I absolutely murdered a guy on a lawnmower. I mean, like, hit him full speed on a figure 8, broadsided his ass. The body flew off. Funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, I love that.
You have a car that looks like a beetle.
Mhm.
I have this old '57 Bel Air looking thing with a weird name, of course.
Mhm.
I got hot the other night. I won, like, 3 or 4 races and something
Yeah.
else. I
In a
don't know what
row.
the hell. Yeah, I was just fucking on fire. I know it's a trophy to get 10, and,
Oh, Christ.
I've been popping some trophies on it lately, and it's so much better on the 5. I know we talked about that a little
Mhm.
bit before, but it's so smooth. Except for the lag. I said smooth, and then I thought of the lag. The lag really fucks you up sometimes. But I wanted to touch on our epic finish the other night.
Mm. Yes.
I don't remember the tracks. I don't know the names off the top of my head, but
No.
we're coming down this back stretch, and there's 2 lanes you can take, and they both have jumps on them, and you go into this, like, banked dirt corner to come down the home stretch. And I'd went to the right side every lap, but this lap, you went to the left, so I was following you, and you're in 2nd, and I'm in 3rd. And, as I'm coming up on the ramp, you're on your side a little bit, like, you're on 2 wheels.
Mhm.
I had been, like, letting off on because I was trying to land perfectly to get a good lap time. I didn't wanna lose any speed, but I was behind you, so I kept my foot in it and landed on you.
You did. And you spun me.
It was great.
And you're a bastard.
So then we go into the last turn, and, you since I landed on you and kept my foot in it, I completely overshot it.
Mm.
You recovered, come back, and we're going down the front stretch, and I'm looking behind me at you, trying to make sure you don't pass me because you're way faster than me on the straight, and I'm also trying to block you at the same time, but my controls are inverted because I'm looking backward,
Uh,
and, like, I can't handle it mentally. It's, like, too
mhm.
much for me. So I'm, like, swerving a little bit, and I basically turn into you, which I didn't mean to do. I was trying to get over to be more straight on the jump, but since I was looking backward, I just turn into you, and you basically halfway pit maneuver me, and somehow we fly across the finish line like this, and I beat you by, like, a tenth of a second or something stupid like that. It was
I, for-
incredible.
I forgot about that part. We were sideways basically coming into the finish line.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet, and
That
then,
was pretty fun.
other than that, we got banned our video got banned in, like, a couple of terrorist countries.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that. That was our last episode, I think. No, no,
Mhm.
no. That was the Wreckfest stream that we tried to do. Yeah,
So, yeah, shout out guys. Shout out to you guys.
yeah, we got banned in North Korea, Iran, Syria, and one other one that's like you said, it's just terrorism. So
Yep,
we don't give a rat's ass, guys. You can keep it because we don't want our videos in those countries anyway.
right, and apparently our country thinks Israel is a real state now, so
Ah,
keep fucking with them, guys. Anyway, and the other thing we both played this week was, Hood Outlaws and Legends.
mm-hmm.
I don't wanna steal your thunder
Go ahead.
or what you think about it. I've been playing with John exclusively
Mm.
because he's the easiest character. I really enjoy just smashing people with him, and I love the fact that I can open up other doors and other ways into buildings. It's really useful, especially, like, if we're trying to get over to block somebody, if they're trying to extract, and I can lift up that gate and the whole team can run through. I know we did that a couple of times.
Yeah.
That's nice. It's much faster than going around the building or climbing up, coming down, and all that shit. I also love that when I get to the part where we're cranking, trying to get out, and I can hold down R2, and I'm cranking with John, like we're going to town. So
Yeah.
I like that about him. We got 2 pretty badass clutch wins where like they did all the work. They found everything. They found the key. They found the vault. They got the chest there. They did everything until the last little bulb, and then we we rock up and turn it and win the whole thing.
Yes. I do love that about the game.
That's awesome. I love that that's a plausibility because it would be so annoying to get the last crank over and have, you know, still lose even though we got the treasure chest. It's like technically I did get it on the ship, so I should get it all. But anyway, other than that, I mean I don't mind the mechanics at all. I think it looks fine. It's a cool idea. I like that there's real players and bots.
Hmm.
Those are all things I like. I actually like all the characters. I think they're all fun. I've played with each of them, but I've been playing with John a lot because you're better at the more complicated characters.
Yeah.
And everybody else wants to be the archer and what's the other one? Rosalind.
Marianne.
That's it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
that's
most
fine.
people want to, yeah, I feel like most people want to be Robin. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
we
that's true.
always run across teams with multiple Robins, which I mean, I understand.
Yeah,
I,
you
I
gotta have combat guys too. I mean,
I always try to make sure that we don't double up. Like if somebody else
Right.
is whoever I am, I'll be the guy that changes. Like that's fine, no problem. I so I'm enjoying the game, but there's something about it that's not clicking with me, and I don't know. I think maybe my problem with it is like when you're playing a tactical game like that in a way, like I don't like that. Which there's nothing you can do about this. This is any game. It's like Rainbow Six Siege. Nobody gets the objective. They just try to kill the other team. It's that. So that's what's happening when you get to the point where you're trying to extract. Is like you're people are. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do, but like I just feel like people just are trying to kill other people, and then there's sometimes people wander off and they're just running around capturing the three,
Right.
spawn points or whatever. It's like I feel like people aren't playing the game, and I don't know that there's no way that you can fix that. I don't think the only other problem I have with it is that like, which they designed it this way because every character is supposed to play different, but I just don't know. Like there, I feel like there are situations in the game where certain characters are useless.
Right.
Like for instance, I was playing with Marianne last night. And when you get to the point where you're cranking or whatever, and everybody's like trying to come up from the other team and hit you so that you can't crank, it breaks your rhythm or whatever. Like Marianne's useless. I mean, I have a melee attack, but like it does nothing. I mean, I can throw a smoke bomb, but what good does that do? That just means they're going to wander up behind us and assassinate us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I just feel like there are certain situations where certain characters are useless, and
Right.
maybe it's supposed to be that way. I don't know, but or maybe it needs to be balanced. I don't know that either, but that's
Yeah.
really my only two gripes. I do enjoy playing it. If it was just me, there's no way I would play it. Like if I was by myself, it's not a game to
Oh,
play.
yeah.
Definitely not a game to play by yourself. Like you need to play it with a friend or multiple friends.
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with you. The teammate thing is really frustrating, and it's not like you could play Call of Duty and, you have a couple of shitty teammates and it's kinda like whatever, or even Battlefield, like, we're trying to get the
Yeah.
objectives and you have a couple of shitty teammates, it's fine. But on this game, like, you have to be on the same page, so unless you have 3,
Yeah.
it's really hard to be coordinated because, like you said, some of those characters, it seems like they're better set in certain situations. I feel like what you're supposed to do is get John on the crank and one of the other guys, and then, like,
Hmm.
the character you were last night, it's supposed to stay on the perimeter maybe and, like, take people out and do stuff like that, and that's all doable if you have people you're playing with that you know, but when you have 2 random dudes whose gamer tags are Chinese symbols, like, even if we're talking to them in the party chat, they're not gonna understand us, so it's like,
That
I
did
don't know.
happen. Yeah, that did happen. That would have been a yeah, like you said, there's a natural communication barrier there that would not have worked.
Yeah,
Um,
there is something off about the game, and maybe it's the balance for me. I know
yeah,
they released the balance update that's and, try to fix the lobby issues that
yeah,
I think everybody's complained about, so
yeah. They're still working on that. Yeah.
hopefully that will fix it, but yeah, there is something a little bit off about it, and I don't know what
Hmm.
it is.
Sure. Well, other than those two, the only thing that I've been playing different is Days Gone, and like I was telling you last night, I'm close to the end. I believe I have a lot of missions left, but it's really hard to say on that game, like we've talked about. So I think I might have like 2, maybe 3 hours left of the game. So I'm
Mhm.
kind of hoping that I can finish it this weekend if I can find the time. I'll I'll kind of update my thoughts on it. But I can tell you that I'm enjoying it a little bit better than I was. The second half of the game has definitely been better than the first half.
Uh-huh.
We'll see how it finishes out. See if it closes out strong or not, and then I'll kind of update my thoughts on it. But anyway, with that said, let's jump into the news here, Travis. Not a whole lot this week, kind of quiet, in my opinion, on the PlayStation front, but I think that we're in a little bit of a calm before the storm
Of June.
of June. Yeah, not we can't say E3 because PlayStation's not gonna be there, but I think that by the end of the month we're going to have an announcement of a state of play in June during the E3 week, most likely. Anyway, let's get into it. Number one, a slew of PlayStation personalities, including Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO Jim Ryan and PlayStation 5 architect Mark Cerny, conducted a Zoom interview with Wired Magazine this week. The biggest takeaway comes from Herman Hulst, the head of PlayStation Studios, who stated that PlayStation Studios currently have more than 25 titles in development for the PlayStation 5, nearly half of which are entirely new IP. Holst said, quote, "There's an incredible amount of variety originating from different regions, big, small, different genres," end quote. Guerrilla Studio director Angie Smets also confirmed that Horizon Forbidden West is still releasing this year and said that the DualSense controller, in addition to load times and graphical fidelity, are what make the PlayStation 5 version of the game definitively, quote unquote, next gen. Also, as part of the interview, Kena Bridge of Spirits developer Ember Lab revealed that they have begun working on their next project for the PlayStation 5 hardware. And finally, the article revealed that PlayStation 5 has sold 11% more game units in the launch window compared to the PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 users have logged 81% more playtime than PlayStation 4 users did during the same post-launch time period. Very interesting. What do you think?
I saw a guy on Zoom this week called Buttfucker 3000.
You did?
It's great. Herman Hulse is a great name. We've talked about this a million times, and this will always be with me. The names in the video game world are something else. Even Angie Smets is a great name. So is
It
Ember
is.
Lab. I love this. I just love it. So to jump backward, 25 new titles in development, half of which are new IPs. So 12 and a half of the games, one half of one game is new. Is
Uh-huh.
It's hard to imagine. That's just hard to imagine. Like 25 different, like Jesus, 12 new IPs I've never heard of. Even 12 IPs that fall within name games that I know seems like a lot, to be
Right.
honest. But when I read about how there's big, small, and different genres, what I hear is I'll probably want to play about 4 or 5.
Right. Exactly.
That's fine though. But yeah, so we've heard about, Ratchet and Clank and Horizon are going to be the games that are really pop on the next gen scale. I know that Returnal does for a lot of people just because of the depth of it, and I think that's completely fair. What's funny is this is a real first world problem, but one of the complaints, not a complaint. This is ridiculous to say it's a complaint because it's not. It's just funny to me. Like I'm still in the habit of like, oh, I'm at a load screen and we're playing a multiplayer game, so I'll like get on my phone, but then we'll just be in a game like
Right.
immediately. Like
I
I don't
did the
have time
same.
to mess around on my phone. Like on
Right.
Wreckfest, like when it starts counting down, like you're gonna race in 2 seconds. Like there's not a
Right.
load time.
Yeah. I love that.
But that is cool. But yeah, dude, it's crazy. Like God, that's just so many new games. Like that's just I'm having a hard time processing what that will look like. I mean, maybe Microsoft is doing the same, but I don't feel like I ever hear anything about their titles in development really, other than
Mhm.
just like weird rumors. Like Sony does come out like this, and they'll say, "Hey, we have 25 we're working on." Like I don't know. I just don't feel like I hear that from other platforms.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up here. How many exactly first party studios PlayStation has, but my thoughts on this are first of all, it's awesome that they have so many new titles in development for the PlayStation 5. It's also awesome, in my opinion, that it's, 10 or 11 or so, 12 maybe, are new IP, because that's sort of been maybe the one complaint that people could have with PlayStation is that, oh, wow, it's another Uncharted, it's another Last of Us, whatever. It's another Ratchet and Clank, even though it's been a while. But you know, people were concerned that there may be fatigue, franchise fatigue. So it's cool that we're going to get a mix of both. Obviously, the other thing that I think this pretty much confirms, and we've talked about it on this show several times, is that to me, this confirms that every PlayStation first party studio is working on two projects.
Hmm.
And I'm trying to see exactly how many first party studios they have to see if the math checks out. So their first party studios are they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
All right.
So that's about right. That means every studio is working on at least two games.
Well, Naughty Dog said they were working on 3 the other day.
Naughty Dog said they're working on three. So that's 23. It wouldn't surprise me if Insomniac and Gorilla were working on three, and that would get you to 25.
Hmm.
Maybe even Santa Monica. But anyway, so I think just by simple math, that just confirms that each of those studios has to be working on two, because there's no way that some of them are just, I mean, some may be working on one, I guess, maybe one studio, but if all of these studios have 3 or 4. These studios don't have 3 and 4 games in development. Not all of them. That'd be way too much. Like maybe Naughty Dog, like they pretty much said. But so that's exciting. And the other really kind of important thing about that is that with the studios both are all working on 2 projects, that means that the release cadence is going to kind of pick up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
instead of maybe 3 games a year, maybe we'll get 4,
Mhm.
for instance, something like that. There have been years where we've got 4, but it seems like we're going to get them more steadily. Once they can kind of get into the workflow and the pipeline, I think there's going to be a pretty steady release pace there, which is awesome. And then the last thing I really wanted to say about this stuff is it's incredible that PlayStation 5 users have played the PlayStation 81% more than PS4 players did when PS4 launched. That's incredible. I mean, some of that's due to COVID, but 81% more, that's just nuts. Number 2, Sony's XDEV Europe division now appears to be a worldwide operation, according to website Push Square. In the past, Sony XDev has partnered with European developers to bring exclusive titles to PlayStation, such as Returnal, but following the closure of Japan Studio, which also worked on external development, it appears that Sony XDev has begun to fill that role on a global scale for PlayStation. New job listings for producers state that they are looking to, quote, work with the best independent game developers in Japan and Asia to find, evaluate, produce, and launch external products for the best possible quality and success within time and budget, end quote. The listings go on to say, quote, you need to understand what it takes to build and maintain good relationships with your global marketing team and build and deliver AAA titles and franchises within Sony Interactive Entertainment, end quote. Further confirmation comes from social website LinkedIn, where some longtime XDev employees now list their positions as, quote, global external producers, end quote. So anything you take away from this?
Well, didn't they just close a studio that had people that could do that?
Yeah. So I
What
think
about Kojima?
yeah, I don't know what the deal is with him. That there's still that rumor that he's flirting with Microsoft or whatever, but the fact that they are hiring for people for the Japanese and other Asian markets, that pretty much confirms that they have absorbed that external development part from Japan Studio, which is gone now. And it's cool that I think that they've expanded from just being a European based outfit. They got Returnal, for instance, or worked with Housemarque to get Returnal on the PlayStation 5. Now they're going to basically cover the whole globe. And I think it's a good sign that we're going to have more kind of second party or like contracted third party
Oh
relationships
yeah,
going
definitely.
forward. Like, for instance, like Haven,
Mhm.
that Haven studio that hired all the people from Google Stadia, that we talked about last week.
Right.
Like they're in Montreal, I think. So, that technically is, outside of the United States where PlayStation is headquartered. So I think you're going to see more of those partnerships. And we're already starting to see that with Haven. And then that other studio that we've talked about recently, Firewalk Studio, for instance, although they may be based in America. But anyway,
I find it interesting that they close like the Japan studio and everybody freaks out and all those guys move on to do other things. But it's almost like they said, people were freaking out like the Japanese market isn't going to be represented on PlayStation anymore. I feel like that was a lot of a gut reaction a lot of people had,
mhm,
and this kind of shows like this was their plan. Like, okay, yeah, we're going to shut down the studio. It's probably more cost effective for them to make XDAV global. They've already shown they can do it with these other like these other like Housemarque or whatever. They can do this,
yeah,
and they're putting it basically back the ball in the Japan and Asia market. Like, hey, make a game worth us buying into. Basically, like we're not going to put in the money to develop it. Like you go do your own thing because that's what you want to do anyway. Go do your own thing. If we like it, we'll buy it.
yeah. I think that's well said. Number 3, lots of new PlayStation VR 2 details emerged this week, Travis, as website Upload VR reported that multiple sources have told them that Sony's next-gen VR headset will include 4K resolution, or technically 2K per eye, I guess, a lens separation adjustment dial, gaze tracking capable of foveated rendering, I have no idea how to say that, and a motor capable of giving haptic feedback. For the layman, foveated rendering means that the headset would be able to detect where the player is looking, which would allow developers to render the objects being focused on in higher detail. Sounds kind of neat. What do you think?
Seems like that would be important for the headset to know where you're looking. Like that just seems pretty basic. um,
Right.
I know
Right.
it's more. I know it's not as like simple as that sounds. I know it's much more detailed, but it's just funny the way it's just funny the way that they release that
Yeah.
foveated rendering. I'm kind of interested to see how this works because I've done non PlayStation VRs before. We had a trailer set up once
Mm,
at my old job, and you could get in and wear it, and like wherever you turned, there'd be like a different scene, and it basically played like a movie thing, and it would show you all these different like waterfalls. Then you would turn around, and this guy would like shoot a spear at you or whatever, and that shit looked real. Like that was like, I mean, I guess it was in 4K. I don't know. It was like you could touch the dude. So
huh.
I think that'll be pretty sweet. It'll make VR even scarier. Like if you're playing Resident Evil or something, it's gonna make it even worse.
Nah. Nah. I mean, everything that we've found out so far about this makes me interested in it. I haven't been interested in the first VR at all, but if it's going to be able to do all the things that they say and have the features that it has, I'm kind of interested in this. I may have to. This may get me into VR.
What is how does the feedback work? Like if you get shot in the head on Call of Duty, does it like push your head or something?
I guess what I'm thinking is like I'm thinking about playing Returnal in VR. Like if something shoots a bullet from behind me, like the back of the headset will vibrate. That sort of
Mm,
thing is my guess. But I can't imagine like a grenade going off in front of me on Call of Duty and the headset like knocks me over. So I mean, we'll get there one day. Don't get me wrong.
I don't want to get hurt.
Well, eventually we'll have to sign a waiver to play video games. Number 4, Travis, we have several news nuggets as well here. Feel free to jump in here at any point. First nugget, a save system will be coming to PlayStation 5's Returnal at some point in the future. Michael Haveri, or Mikhail Haveri, probably is how you say that name, from developer Housemarque told Axios, quote, "It's something that we're very actively trying to get out as soon as we can. We understand that there are some systems in place that are currently a hindering factor," end quote. Thank God. Thank God they're doing this. My God. PlayStation announced the end of its Play at Home initiative with a variety of in game content for games like Brawlhalla, Destruction All Stars, MLB The Show 21, NBA 2K21, Rocket League, Rogue Company, Warframe, World of Tanks, and World of Warships. What a way to go out. Twitter account PlayStation Game Size, a friend of the show, revealed that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart will take up just over 42 gigabytes of your PlayStation 5 hard drive,
Mm,
not including any day one patch. They also shared that preload will begin for the game on June the 4th.
That's
For
not
those
that
of you
bad.
pre-ordering. Nah, it's really not. That's a good point because there was all this talk really before the console came out and really shortly after and ever since about, we've got to have those expansion drives. We need to we
Yeah,
need those memory cards that we can add to it to expand it. Like if they're gonna keep games like below 50 gigabytes, I don't know that that's gonna be necessary for that many people. You know what I
right.
mean? Like,
I mean, not for me. I don't play 20 games at once.
yeah, I mean, yeah, most people don't. I mean, I have like 8 or 9 games on my console right now,
Oh yeah, for
and
sure.
I still have like 220 gigs left.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's cool. Hope they can maintain being able to keep those game sizes down. Also, 2 new DualSense color variants are releasing on June the 11th, Cosmic Red and Midnight Black. Pre-orders are open now through PlayStation Direct and other retailers. Sony reiterated this week that PlayStation 5 will remain supply constrained through 2021, but also now added that they do not anticipate supply catching up with demand through 2022 as well. My God. Website Push Square reported that Sunset Overdrive director Marcus Smith, who is directing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart currently, told GQ magazine, of all places, this week that he would love to return to the franchise in the future to make a new game. That's very interesting to me. I've never played Sunset Overdrive because it's on Xbox, obviously, but I would love to play it. Maybe they'll bring it to PS5 one day. Sega or Sega is currently evaluating, I should say, at which Jesus Christ. I
You
had a
dead?
stroke here, didn't I?
Damn.
Sega is currently evaluating at which of its. I did it again. Jesus Christ! I almost did it again. Sega is currently evaluating which of its old franchises to resurrect and whether it should be in the form of a remaster, a remake, or a reboot.
Made it through that. Goddamn.
It's what you've done to me. You've got me sick, you bastard.
I'm glad you're not reviewing that shit. You never get through it.
Puzzle adventure game Manifold Garden will get a PlayStation 5 upgrade on May 20th, featuring 4K at 60 frames per second, faster loading times, and DualSense haptic feedback. Sony has yet again trademarked Soho Engine, this time in Japan, which means that something is in the works at PlayStation London Studio, although we're not sure what. Maybe we'll find out in June at the State of Play. Ubisoft will look to increase its quote-unquote high-end free-to-play games alongside the quote-unquote 3 to 4 premium AAA titles per year. They announced this week.
Do they do 3 to 4 per year?
Typically, so you got to think like normally it's like Assassin's Creed, a Far Cry, and Assassin's Creed, a Far Cry, Gods and Monsters, whatever, that sort of stuff. What else? There's something else like the Crew. They have all kind the Division. You know what I mean? So it's usually about 3. Also, Travis, on the Ubisoft front, in their latest financial earnings call, it was revealed that pirate action game Skull and Bones has been delayed again and is now due out in the 2022-23 fiscal year. So
I don't think we're gonna get it.
It's never coming out, dude.
It looks so cool on the idea. Hey, this could be one of their 3 to 4 premium games. Actually,
yeah,
this might be the high end free to play game that year. I mean,
you might be right.
At this point, with as many delays as it's had,
it's supposed to be an open world multiplayer pirate game, so that would
be
perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, it would be both awesome and it would perfectly fit the high end free to play model. Valve boss man Gabe Newell hinted that Valve games such as the VR title Half-Life Alyx may be coming to PlayStation platforms by the end of the year. Electronic Arts will host an EA Play live event on July the 22nd, which I'm so confused. I think they're doing something. So they're doing this. They're doing something for E3 in June. And then the Battlefield guys have said that basically, not officially, but they have basically in code said that they're putting out a reveal in June. Like how many things do we got to have? How many things do you have to say? What are you doing? You don't have that much to say. You have FIFA, you have Madden, you have Battlefield. What else do you have to say?
Yeah, they have a Need for Speed remake.
Probably, yeah. It's. I don't know. I'm irritated. I'm oddly irritated about this. It's a 30-minute show, guys. Just fucking do it one time and have all of it. Anyway.
Oh, you forgot they have Knockout City.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Developer Naughty Dog revealed that Uncharted 4: A Thief's End has been played by over 37 million people, Travis.
That's insane.
It's insane. That must include, I think this includes like everything. Like if you bought it pre-owned at GameStop, but you booted it up, like that's a player. So it's still insane. Still insane. Website PlayStation Lifestyle reported that EA's multiplayer dodgeball game, here you go, Knockout City, will be free to play for its first 10 days on the market, starting on May the 21st.
Like Rocket Arena?
Yeah.
It's going to be just like that.
Also an Electronic Arts game. Jesus. Electronic Arts also confirmed that this year's Battlefield will be a cross-gen release on PlayStation 4 and PS5. Shoot me now.
Listen, if this is one of those things where, because usually it's like the last gen version ends up being better. This is one of those things where like this version, the PS5 version is badass and the PS4 version is dog shit. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it. Maybe our guy Tom Henderson is right. He said a while back that he had heard that there's 2 teams working on current gen, which is PS5, and last gen PS4, and so on. And he believed that they were miles apart or whatever, far apart. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, that would explain why Activision has everybody doing Call of Duty.
Yeah, they got to do something. All right, let's see here. Ubisoft revealed in its recent financial earnings call that Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in development. Glad they updated us. Ubisoft also shared that Far Cry 6, Rainbow Six Quarantine, Riders Republic, The Division Heartland, Roller Champions, and Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake will all release in the current fiscal year, Travis, which ends March 31st, 2022. So Ubisoft, here you go. They're
One
expecting to be very
yeah,
busy.
one every 2 months. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what Roller Champions is.
It's like it's like another game like,
Or is it Roller
Knockout
Derby?
City. Yeah, it's a roller derby game, yeah.
Oh god. That shit used to come on TNT at night.
It
It was,
did.
like, right after Dukes of Hazzard and before Slam Ball, you could watch Roller Derby. You could watch these butch-ass chicks who were pansexual and didn't know it at the time, and they'll just run over each other and scissor in the locker room.
Oh god.
Uh,
Oh, wow. That's very vivid. Very vivid.
sorry.
You sound like you did you get it? Glad you got it all off your chest.
I got the DVD, so
Remember the roller derby movie with LL Cool J or whatever? Do you remember this? There was a
no,
roller derby movie with,
but,
like, LL Cool J and, like, Tobey Maguire or some shit, I
uh,
swear.
you talking about SWAT?
No, let me look this up. Look this
Uh,
up.
the only other LL Cool J movie I know is, the holiday movie with Queen Latifah.
Roller derby movie. What was it called?
Or it had, Ellen Page, who's now what is
No.
her name now? Edgar
That
Page?
yeah, that movie's called Whip It.
Oh, hey, a lot of people did whippets back
It
in
it
college.
it's it says it stars Elliot Page. That's not the one I'm talking about. Roller derby movie. I'm
S
sorry, guys. We'll get back to the podcast in a second.
so all of Ellen Page's roles are now referred to as Elliot Page, correct?
Yes.
So,
Dude,
like, the Dixie Chicks are now the Chicks?
yeah, they're the chicks.
We
Here
just
it
forget
is.
that they were the Dixie Chicks? Okay.
Yeah, we just
Alright.
forget you act like it never happened. It's like when you get
Okay.
a title taken away in college basketball.
Oh, well, I'm gonna murder a bunch of people, and then you just change my name.
So, here it is. It's called Rollerball, and it came out
Familiar. This more
r
familiar.
yeah, Rollerball, it came out in February of 2002. It has a it has a 3.1 on IMDb, has a
Uh-huh.
14% on Metacritic, and a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a 3, that's
It's
low. I've
it's
never
a
seen a
great
3.
movie. Listen to the cast. Listen to the cast. Rebecca Romaine, Chris Klein, who is in, the American Pie movies, LL Cool J, Jean Reno,
Wow.
a guy from Lost that you won't know, and then one of the guys that's like a Russian bad guy in every movie, including Bad Boys 2.
Is it Bulletproof Tony?
No, not him.
Ugh, God, I
Anyway,
pictured so Leon the Professional is in this movie.
he is. He's a professional.
And Rebecca Romaine before or after the Stamos?
Uh, oh, that's a good question. Probably during.
Hmm.
So oh my god, this is amazing.
Who's the director? Is it Scorsese?
The director was John McTiernan, who is the guy who listen to this. So John McTiernan made Rollerball, and
Uh-huh.
I knew this name was familiar. He made Predator, Die Hard, The Hunt for Red October, Last Action Hero, Die Hard with a Vengeance, The Thomas Crown Affair,
Damn.
Basic, and then he made Rollerball. Like
I mean,
what was he doing?
dude, those dudes had to have gotten paid. I bet there was a fuckload of money behind this movie. I don't know how else you'd make it.
He made all that stuff, and then he made Rollerball.
Did he make anything after that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Basic was right after Rollerball, but let's see here. Wow, what happened to so so according to Wikipedia, Rollerball was the second to last movie that he ever made. He made Rollerball, it was dog shit. Then he made Basic with Sharon Stone and Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta, I think, and it was very mid. And that was
And
it. That was
and then
it.
what? Did he
So
kill himself?
he might have. He was 70. Let's see.
He's alive.
Yeah. So it looks like he did. Okay. So after 2003, after he made we're way on a tangent, by the way. So after 2003, after he made Basic, he just
Oh
quit
my
making
god.
movies.
Did
Yeah.
you read why?
No. He pleaded guilty to perjury and lying to an FBI investigator in regard to his
Yes.
hiring of private investigator Anthony Pellicano.
Yeah, there was a wiretap. It was a triangle.
Listen to this. This is great. In late 2000, to illegally wiretap the phone calls of two people, one of whom was Charles Roven, a co-producer of his dystopian science fiction film remake Rollerball. What? It's a dystopian science fiction. What? What is this? So he was.
No wonder the movie fucked up. He was wiretapping everybody.
Oh my god! Yeah, so he was in federal prison. He was in a federal pokey, as they say, from April 2013 to February 2014. So that now says that he obviously had a big gap, but now it says as of 2017 he's back to making movies. But that
Yeah.
wow, this is
He
amazing.
He made this Ghost Recon, trailer for Wildlands. He directed it.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
Wow, this was amazing.
It's a 90-second actiony sequence. At the end of it, remember at the end of it, they say, like, "Yippee-ki-yay" or something like that? No, that's not true.
Okay. Wow, that was fun. That was 3 minutes of your life that you guys will never get back. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we really enjoyed that. I don't really
That was awesome. All right, where are we?
I don't know.
Capcom reported, Travis, record high profits for the 4th fiscal year in a row, thanks to the Monster Hunter and Resident Evil franchises. One of the PlayStation Play at Home initiative games, Subnautica, received a free PlayStation 5 upgrade this week. Here we go. Here's a weird tie-in. John Rambo and John McClane from the Rambo and Die Hard movie franchises will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone in some capacity in the near future.
Oh, well, I know a director who's available.
He served his time.
You can wiretap people. That's what
God
he did.
almighty. God almighty. Website PlayStation Universe reported that Control developer Remedy Entertainment will enter full production on its AAA project with Epic Games very soon, which is rumored to be Alan Wake 2. That's awesome. That's very exciting. Remedy's smaller scale game is also in full production, and their free-to-play co-op game project called Vanguard is also in pre-production.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting stuff. Mass Effect developer BioWare has not ruled out the possible addition of Mass Effect 3 multiplayer to the newly launched Legendary Edition of the trilogy. Abandoned, the PlayStation 5 exclusive photorealistic survival horror game from Blue Box Game Studios, will receive a gameplay reveal soon, their Twitter account announced this week. Toy Soldiers HD, an enhanced version of the original Xbox Live Arcade game, will come to PlayStation 4 in August. A demo for upcoming action RPG Scarlet Nexus is coming to the PlayStation Store on May 28th. Publisher 505 Games announced that action slasher Ghost Runner has a sequel currently in development for next-gen or current-gen consoles, if you will. 505 Games will also publish outdoor hunting, exploration, and management game Open Country, which will release on PlayStation 4 on June the 3rd. This actually, it doesn't look bad. Of course, I had to look this up because it says management, but it doesn't actually look bad. I mean, it looks janky because it's on PS4, but it doesn't look bad. You guys should look it up.
Was Open Country a movie with Robert Duvall?
Maybe.
Okay.
It might be.
Let's roll with it. It's real.
There is a something country, yeah. Square Enix announced it will have a Dragon Quest 35th anniversary stream on May 26th. The Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart Platinum Trophy can be earned in one playthrough, according to developer Insomniac Games. Sega revealed during a financial presentation that it plans to launch a quote-unquote super game within the next 5 years.
I don't know. What does that mean?
I don't know, man. I don't know what that means.
They've been out of it for so long, they don't even know it's called a AAA game. They're just like, super game? Fucking gamers over there.
We got a super game. It's going to be like...
It's really super.
It's going to be like, I don't even know, like Crazy Taxi or some shit.
You guys like to eat coins?
Oh, God. I'm dying over here. Also, Travis, players can now qualify, here you go, for the Olympics and Gran Turismo Sport via the in-game qualification event, which ends on May 23rd. The top 16 qualifiers will then race on June 23rd for an Olympic gold medal. Good luck.
Unbelievable.
Website Gematsu reported that former Xbox exclusive The Falconeer will come to PS4 and PS5 on August 5th. Side-scrolling shoot-'em-up game Darius Burst, Another Chronicle EX Plus, will come to PlayStation 4 in the West on June the 11th. Party game My Singing Monsters Playground will launch on PS4 and PS5 sometime in November. Developer Image Informed Games announced that several new Steam World games are in development, which is cool. Lucasfilm Classic Games Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol will release on PS4 on June 29th.
Ghoul Patrol sounds like what a group of friends would call themselves in a fraternity when they went out looking for like fat chicks at night.
Yes. 2D twin stick action game Trigger Witch from developer Rainbite. I don't know why that's funny.
Rainbite's pretty good too.
Friend from developer Rainbite will launch this summer on PS4 and PS5.
Trigger Witch.
It's great.
It's such a weird name. It's very catchy.
It is. Puzzle adventure game Everforward has been delayed from June 29th to August 10th. Otherworldly puzzle adventure game Call of the Sea will come to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 on May 11th. 3D platform action adventure. Jesus Christ. If we get through this is going to be a miracle. 3D platform adventure game Hotel Transylvania Scary Tale Adventures will launch on PS4 sometime in October. It's a great release date for a Hotel Transylvania game, though.
Mm-hmm.
Old school shoot 'em up game Curved Space has been delayed from June 18th to June 29th, which sounds like a certification problem, and will release on PS4 and PS5. Japanese action RPG Akiba's Trip, Hellbound, and Debriefed will come.
He pulled his underwear down.
We'll come to PS4 in North America on July 20th, and in Europe for our lads across the pond on July the 23rd.
The thing about this name is it has to make more sense in Japanese. Like, I feel like there's something lost in translation here.
If you've played the other Akiba's Trip games or whatever Akiba games, I think there's like Akiba's Beat or some shit.
Isn't that a dog?
I don't know. But Hellbound and Debriefed. If there was just a game called Hellbound and Debriefed, that would be amazing. Like, leave off Akiba's Trip.
I have a lot of questions.
What a name. Oh, former Epic Games and Blizzard Entertainment developers announced the founding of Lightforge Games, an all-remote studio which is currently working on a cross-platform social RPG. 505 Games will publish a brand new IP for consoles from Castlevania Lords of Shadow developer Mercury Steam. 505 has been busy this week.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Travis, Embracer Group has acquired yeah, these guys are they're eternally busy. Has acquired Appeal Studios, Kaiko, Kaiko, Jesus Christ, and Massive Mini Team. That's a great name, Massive Mini Team, under its THQ Nordic subsidiary, and also acquired Frame Break under its Amplifier Game Invest subsidiary. And that is all for the news this week, and I'm now going to turn it over to Travis for this week's new games.
On May 10th, we had Hood Outlaws and Legends on PS5 and 4, which we discussed earlier. On the 13th, Assassin's Creed Valhalla Wrath of the Druids, Death Crown, Exo Demon, Taxi Driver the Simulation, which, as you guessed, you get to play Robert De Niro. Drive around and try to stop a political.
Bobby.
Anyway, on the 14th, we had Karma Incarnation. On the 14th, we had Karma Incarnation 1. Wait for part 2 to come out. We have Mahjong Adventure DX, and by the way, I do love me some Mahjong.
I love Mahjong.
We also have Mass Effect Legendary Edition, Subnautica Below Zero, which looks pretty cool on the 5, by the way, with the new update, and Quantum Replica on the PS4, which sounds like a James Bond movie.
It does. It does. And that's all for the new game releases this week. And let's begin to wrap things up here before Travis and I die from our illnesses by discussing what we're looking forward to, what we're going to be playing in the week ahead. So what's on your radar, Travis, after you get it all out?
Well, hopefully the servers work on Wreckfest or Hood Out and Outlaws and Legends. That would be super cool, guys.
Would.
I just like racing and not caring if I murder everybody on the track or if somebody spins me out. It's a lot of fun. Although I do like to win, and I don't like it when I don't win. And I'll probably set a time on Gran Turismo just to say I did it and to see how bad I am. If I'm decent, I might fool around with it and see how far I can get down the rabbit hole. They're using a car I've never used, the Toyota Supra, and they're at the Tokyo outer loop, I think. And I've sucked balls at that track. And in the past, people would wall ride a lot to get really good times there, and they've completely changed the penalty system on the time trial. Like if you touch the wall or cut any corner or anything like that, it just deletes your time automatically. So
Jesus,
it's good on one hand because you don't have to worry about wall riders. I mean, you're running the risk of having guys that really aren't quick drivers but learned how to game the system, and then they end up driving for a gold medal, and it would be a shit show.
That's hilarious. That would be awesome.
And on a personal note, I I'm gonna say his name wrong, but there's a guy who's been in the championship a couple of times, and he always tweets out stuff about Gran Turismo. Like he's the guy that was tweeting all the stuff about the balance of power being changed in the middle of the season. But his name is Mikhail Hizel. He's been on TV a bunch. He has the fastest time in the world right now.
Huh,
He liked my tweet earlier, so I'm
nice.
pretty much an Olympian now.
You are. You're very close. You and Fashizzle. So I also am very much enjoying Wreckfest. Look forward to playing some more of that this week. I actually enjoy it more than Dirt 5.
Right.
After playing Wreckfest, like Dirt 5 feels a little basic to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
PlayStation Universe, the website, agrees with me as they updated their racing game rankings for the PlayStation 5, and Wreckfest is the new number 1 and Dirt
Love
5
it.
is number 2. So just fun, man. I really enjoy it. The one thing outside of fixing the matchmaking, I wish that they would, if you're going to have a game with an online functionality, you have to have a party system. Like right now, I have to me or you just has to join a random lobby and then hope that there's room for us
Mhm.
one to invite the other, and that's not an elegant or acceptable way to do that, in my opinion. But what do I know? Play some more Hood, I'm sure. I'm we'll see how that goes. We talked about earlier how I feel about that game, and then I really am hoping to finish Days Gone this weekend. If not, it will be finished this week. It better be. It damn well better be. I haven't, if you guys have noticed, I have not played Returnal since the weekend that it came out. And it's not because I don't love the game. I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's just that you have to have time to play that game. And that's kind of turning me off right now, is not being able to save and quit if I needed to, because I'm not going to leave the game suspended and all that stuff. So I'll get back to that one day. That's pretty much it. So with that, I think it's time to get out of here. Sounds like you're hyperventilating and dying over there. My throat is very, very itchy and dry. So I'm done. If you guys enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Also, and more importantly, if you would leave us a review or rate us some stars, or a written review, or possibly a thumbs up or comment if you're listening on YouTube.
Let us know what you think about rollerball or
I
roller bounce or whatever it was called.
Yeah, and if you guys made it all the way through and heard our little mini tangent about John McTiernan and rollerball, please, by all means, comment on YouTube or Instagram, or hit us up on Twitter and let us know what you think about the rollerball and the John McTiernan situation. It's a doozy. And then finally, the most important part is if you would please be so kind as to share us with a friend or a loved one who you think may enjoy a PlayStation podcast like this, where they can get all of the week's news and rumors and new game releases and a little bit more each and every Monday in less than 90 minutes, or in this case, less than an hour. Sometimes we do that for you, and we hope you appreciate it. You guys take care, be safe, quit wearing your mask if you're vaccinated according to the CDC, and we'll talk at you next week.